Is a brand new show that just dropped. While the presenters play dominoes, a special guest will be discussing all topics that matter to you. Everything from judicial, legal, health, wealth. Nothing is off topic. The name, you ask me? Domino Effect. Domino Effect. Come listen. It's time well spent.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you're watching this show, this is the Domino Effect. Fellas, what's going on today? What?
A lot of work to do, bro.
What do you mean a lot of work?
You have to blow the leaves.
Blow leaves? Well, I can't say that. That is true, because I've been doing a lot of leaves lately. So, guys, today we have a perfect show. The best show I think I love. It's about life insurance.
Life insurance?
Yes, life insurance.
You
You know why?
You think Haitian about life insurance?
Haitians?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we sort of, but if you're not Haitian American, yeah, I don't think you talk about life insurance.
All right. So
But today we have a special guest. Cynthia Laine is going to talk to us about life insurance, guys. So, fellas, any of you guys have life insurance?
yes.
You don't.
You hesitated.
Exactly.
He doesn't sound confident about You know what it is? I think he says yes.
Because he doesn't
have
want
the confidence because
exactly.
his life insurance is through work.
That's right. I think that's the correct.
That's the issue. His life insurance is through work, so he's not confident about that. So
I really
understand.
think. Okay, so guys, Cynthia, tell us a little bit about yourself before we even talk about life insurance. Why you're the perfect person for this topic?
I don't know about because I'm the most hated person when it comes to
The life
this
insurance.
topic. Yes, because whenever it's life insurance, everybody feels so uncomfortable to talk about it. But I think it's a subject that needs to be discussed, especially among families. And by the way you say introduce myself, I don't know where to start. So my name is Cynthia. I'm a financial coach, so I do educate families on how life insurance works.
Double six.
And I keep forgetting that we play this game here that I'm no good at doing. But, beside any other title, but today I just want to emphasize on what we're going to be talking, which is about life insurance, which is something that every person in general should talk about life insurance and the need for it.
Okay.
So I heard even though you have life insurance through work, right?
Well, he
So-
hesitated, so we are assuming that he does.
They
All
are
right.
assuming.
Assuming, okay.
Okay.
But this is the problem, you guys, here, because this is where it all gets very. I'm glad you guys brought me in because the men is the one that usually have problem with life insurance.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
They
what's
probably
the
making
number-
joke of me, but none of them
I
have
get
life
more
insurance.
Well, actually, I have life insurance.
Okay.
I have life insurance.
Why if you
Listen
make
to
you
this.
take it?
I did not have. No, she did not make me take it. Okay. Let's
Are
not
you
say
sure?
that. No, I'm sure.
But she
okay?
didn't bring it to the table.
No, she didn't. Actually, I met a friend of mine. You guys remember Ace, right?
Yeah.
Ace was the one that kind of like he was working as an subcontractor or agent, and he says, "Hey, do you guys have life insurance?" And then we had just got married, and I'm like, "No, I don't." He goes like, "I think that's something that you should definitely look into." So he gives me the information of the person that was supposed to come in, and I was like, "Okay." So that lady came in, we talk about it, and I'm like, "Okay." And I actually extended my life insurance. So it's not like, okay, I have it and I'm like, oh, I'm good. As a matter of fact, I have my 18-year-old. He has life insurance as well.
good.
So how you like that?
See?
I do have life insurance too, bro. But I wasn't willing to take it. Wifey make me
Okay,
take
go
it.
ahead.
Wifey.
Go.
But with you saying that, or how guys, the guys don't like, are the ones that don't want life insurance and whatnot. I kind of understand that because what I remember when my job, they were like, "Oh, do you want life insurance?" Which was, yeah, you want life insurance, but then they're like, "Oh, do you want life insurance for your kids?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" My kids are like 13, 6 years old. They're like, "Do you want life?" I'm like, to me, it was kind of like, it's like saying, "Oh, something's going to happen to my kids."
Yeah.
That's what, you know what I mean. I was very hesitant to do it because it felt like, oh, I don't want. If I get it, it's like saying something is going
gonna
to happen.
Yeah.
So,
But listen to this, right? The whole purpose of life insurance. I'm not taking your shine.
It's okay, because I see you got some knowledge.
But then
but instead
I want to listen to this expert.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? Why do you
Hey,
have
I'm
insurance
loving
on
the
your car?
conversation.
But why do you have insurance on your
it's
car?
good. It's
Because you
getting good.
said, right? No, you know what? I'm offended by the fact that she says the guys are not the ones. So I'm here to defend all the guys.
All right. So, Mark, you are
yourself.
out of the 100%, Mark, you are the part of the 1%.
Okay,
How about
thank
that?
you. It's about time. It's about time.
No, but you brought a big thing when you say about the kids, because I hear it a lot, especially in our Haitian culture, because a lot of parents feel like, oh, if I get the life insurance on my kids, something's going to happen. But one thing I want to tell you, it's all about education, because it's not like they're saying something's going to happen to your kids. It's preparing, because you got to think, even like with our children right now, they might be healthy. Along the line, there's some sickness that can get into the way. And then people think it's when they have something, that's when they want to rush to get to the life insurance. And we got to be careful about that, because the life insurance company look at it as, this is a liability for me. I'm not going to, go upon putting life insurance on this person. And I have to tell you, I'm going to tell you this brief story, not to scare you guys. I remember there was a father just like this, that had the same issue. Why should I put life insurance on my son? I mean, he's only, at that time, he was like 13 years old. And about 2 years ago, he passed away. And they never knew that was going to happen. Like, he was looking into more him burying him, not him burying his son.
Exactly.
But what happened is, the son ended up going to a party, and then he drowned. Thank God. I mean, like, it was really heartbreaking calling this, this family when they call me. But one thing I know for sure, that heavy burden, it's not going to replace the son, but the fact that he was able to give his son a burial, a proper one, not have to go around to do a GoFundMe.
Oh my God,
yes.
let's not talk about that.
So
this GoFundMe page thing, this GoFundMe thing,
That's another show.
That rubs me the wrong way.
That's
I know
another
that's
show.
another show.
My question is, before we go further, so how many type of health insurance do you
you
have?
mean life insurance?
Yeah, your life insurance. So.
There are so many different types, but I want to focus on the one that I see mostly around. It's the term life, there's the whole life, and universal life. I see this mostly around our families, and life insurance is complicated. The more words that are in front of it is the more complicated that it gets. So to just give you guys a brief explanation when it comes to term life insurance, it's something that is very simple, the term life insurance. Very, very, very simple. There's nothing that is, attached to it. Is, something happen, and then, they're going to pay whatever the person signed up for. And then you get the whole life. That's where it gets a little bit complicated, because sometimes people think like, oh, I have it for my whole life, so this is the best thing for me and my family. But what they don't realize is they pay more. They get a little bit of coverage and paying more for the money. And imagine there's a lot of people that, that have houses, they have many children. Imagine like someone's coming to you, I'll give you $50,000, and then you're going to pay about $200 something. The reason why is because you're paying for two things, right? You're paying for the life insurance, and then there's something inside of it that's called a cash value insurance. So that cash value, a lot of the time, being thrown at the people like, hey, this is money. I've heard people say that's money for college for your kids. I heard it's money to pay your mortgage and all these different things, but it's your money, but when you want to take it out, you have to borrow it. And when we know about borrowing, there's interest out as well adding into that borrowing.
Wait.
Oh,
Is it different? Because from what I heard, they say that life insurance, I don't know if it's the same one, but it's build up equity. Is that the different one? Or?
No. That's the cash value they're talking about. So it's
So is that
building
when
up
you
the...
build up-
So let me just break it down for you. So let's say, okay, I got a life insurance. They said that I'm going to pay $200 and something. So they take an amount that goes to your cash value. So that cash value is coming from the money you're paying monthly towards it, okay? So that cash value is supposed to earn interest, but the interest is usually 2 to 3%, which is not that high. But for you to take that money out, like you're building money, you said, right?
Kinda like a
First,
401k,
it takes a lot, not even like a 401k, because the 401k, it's
you borrow it against
you
the
can
401k.
borrow it, but it's just they charge you the fee, the
Penalty
tax
fee.
or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
all that. But what I'm trying to say to you is, when it comes for the money growing, it takes about 0 to 3 years, sometimes up to 5 years for your money to start growing that interest on it. So there are some policies when you look at it, you look at the cash value, it says $0 first year, $0 second year, but you're putting money towards it. So if I'm putting money, think about it. If you have a bank, every time you're putting $100, and when you go to the first year, they said it's $0, it's like, okay, what happened to all this money that I've been putting in? But because of fees and all that, the money doesn't grow in there. So when you start having money, which is not a lot of money, so let's say over 10, 15 years, you decide to go in there, you see there's like a 2,000, 3,000. Now they say, okay, if you want to borrow it, first of all, borrowing it is on their time. Like the market has to be reliant on the insurance company to allow you to borrow the money. And then when you're borrowing the money, the interest is a little bit higher than what they even giving you. So sometimes the interest go all the way to 8%. So think about it, you're giving me 3%, but when I'm taking what's my money, you're charging me 8% about that.
That's
right?
interesting what you're saying, because at work, I got some life insurance for the kids, but
We were
it's...
right. So we were right. So we were right. So he does have life insurance at work.
No, it's for it's for the kids. The reason why I take it is because they explain me, you can build up equity on that.
And then you can use it for your kids' education,
Yes.
right? So a lot of clients that I find,
But they never
right?
told me that I'm gonna pay interest when I take it out.
Yes, when you take it out, and then you can call me back on this one when it's time for you to come and get this money for education. You'll be very surprised what you got
There
in
isn't
there.
much, exactly. There isn't much money there.
So that's why it's most recommended when you're looking for education, you could go and open an account that has to do with education for your kids. You don't have to, why do I have to go put it through life insurance?
Yeah.
No. I can do that saving. It's all about education. And even if your child doesn't end up going to a school or university, you can always transfer it to the other child. So I'd rather parents do it that way, because I've seen so many parents come to me and like, oh my God, I spent years and years and years thinking that, you know what I mean? I built a lot of cash value, not equity, but cash value towards this policy. Now, so-and-so is going to school and then they're telling me I have $500. What the heck is $500 going to do? You know what I mean? I've seen this. I've seen it
I think
so
people
many
kind of look at
times.
it like a 2-in-1 type of thing. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
paying
it's the
life
way it's being
insurance and I'm making, and it's like you can take
Yeah.
money out for college, looking at kind of like
No,
a
but it's
2-in-1
the
type
way
of thing.
it's being
the
explained,
presented.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So now that
exactly.
I'm explaining it to
Yeah,
you
like
guys,
you
a lot
say,
of you
it's
guys are like,
different.
"What? I'm
Yeah.
not taking this.
Yeah, they
This
take
is
the
no
college
my."
fund.
And
If
that's
I have it explaining to me like you did right now, I won't
But-
take it.
But that's the
why-
thing.
okay, but the
Nobody
thing,
has the
why
time
would
to
they
sit down and
exactly? Why would they
explain it to you
explain
like
that
that.
to you?
So
that
that's
way?
one thing that
Yeah.
goes to like your job. People say, "Oh, I have life insurance at my job," but they don't know inside and out. Like
Of
when
how
you
it
They don't
works.
sit
give,
with
they don't give you the
when
full
you
details,
sit
though.
with an agent, the agent is able to sit down and explain things to you. Well, I know I do this my part, right? But there are some places where people just sit with you and let you hear what you want to hear. It's like a nice little bird singing into your ears. So that's why, like, every client that I sit down, kind of break down. Even if I find your policy, it's not a matter of saying your policy is wrong. But how can I show you inside a policy these things that you're not aware of? Because a lot of the time, you are signing a contract that's for your family. That's what it is. I'm taking life insurance to making sure, like, one day everything is all set for my kids, my wife, you know, everything.
What can you say to family? I heard that all the time, that come up with statements saying that the reason why they're not taking life insurance because there's nightmare. What I meant to say about nightmare, people
You
take
mean
life
like
insurance.
you mean like the husband, the wife's gonna kill the husband? I know this one.
One of them might kill each other. So for the money,
What I say in this, I love it because, like, I'll sit down with a husband and a wife, and then I hear this discussion, and I said, "Hey, look at your wife in the eye and just say that what you just said to me. Say,
right.
honey, you're gonna kill me if I ever get life insurance." And you know, both of them really laughed. That's a little joke that we have in, because I believe this: if you don't trust the person that you're sleeping behind every single night, there's no need for you to be with them. That's the way that
right.
I see
Yeah.
it. Because the thing is, everybody's telling me like, well, you know, we hear from so and so on the news did this, did that to them and stuff. It's just the same way too with an airplane air crash. We hear people crashing every time, but don't people go and, you know, travel? They do travel. I'm sorry, Willie.
Don't worry.
He doesn't.
I am so sorry, but this is the thing. It's all about trust, right?
Yes.
And a lot of guys too, their biggest worry is, oh, if I get life insurance, my wife is going to leave me. Well, not leave me because they dead, but my wife is gonna have another
man. You
and then
take
that
my
man's
money.
gonna enjoy that money. But look at this, guys. Right? Listen to this. If you
is
build,
such a
if you
bad thing.
build your house the right way, you have life insurance. You protect yourself in case something happened.
Yeah.
Even if your wife were to get remarried, you see your picture, your wife's gonna be like, this is my husband. My husband took care of business before. His picture is not getting out of there. And that man has no right to say anything because his house was built the right way by providing that life protection for his family. But guess what? If you don't leave her nothing, how quickly is she gonna get somebody that you are worrying about?
Even faster.
Even
faster.
Because you're no longer there, and she
You
has
get
no
nothing.
choice.
You get
She has no.
nothing.
You left with
Exactly.
nothing.
All right, based on what you said, you just said,
What?
can you use your life insurance? You could use anyone who has a beneficiary. What about if you have a kid old enough to be the beneficiary, and you say, oh, if you don't want your wife to have another man, I will follow you.
Your kids have
All
to
the
be-
kids.
You have a kid as a beneficiary.
Oh my God, that's how I think about the wife. But there's some good wife out there that'll take care of business, okay? They'll make sure everything is all set for the house. As far as beneficiary, you can have as many beneficiaries that you want, as long as every company is different, but I'm trying to talk about on my end, as long as it equals to 100%. So for example, if you want to have 10 beneficiaries and give each person 10%, you can do that. You know what I mean? And like, let's say you're not comfortable, depending on your relationship, that happens too, you know what I mean? You want to put it on the kids. One thing I say, if the kids are underage, be careful with that, because they cannot go, God forbid something happen, if your child is like 1 year old, 2 year old, to go give them a check, $150,000, $1 million, whatever you left. You got to go through the court to do all those things. So it's required that you do a will. If you want to do something like that, you put it under their child. So that way you can say, okay, within the court, this is what I want to happen. By the time the kid is 18 years old, I want the left of the money, but this is going to take care of the child meanwhile that they are here. So that's very important that you do that, because a lot of parents, they have this in their head. They're like, yeah, I don't trust my spouse that much. I don't want that to happen. And then they put everything on their child, but no will in place. So you gotta write down your will so it is. And then, you know, if the child is 18, if the oldest one is one that's responsible, that can handle business and stuff like that too, you can do that on their end as well.
My other question, we have.
Yeah, you done got mad questions.
Well, I mean,
hold on.
okay, listen to this. Right? It's understandable. He does not have life insurance. Therefore,
But
you know what I mean?
I think what happened is
Don't worry now, I'm gonna
bogus
take
life
care of you
insurance,
today,
That's
okay?
right.
don't use her for your bogus life insurance that
Exactly.
you purchased.
Exactly.
No. But no, forget his questions, because
No,
he went somewhere
I gotta
else and got
ask
some
one-
bogus life insurance.
We gotta take care of that.
Now,
feeling, man.
I think you already take care of that.
So,
eh,
why do you have to take kind of like a blood test, like a health test and stuff, and able to get life insurance?
So it's not everybody that have to take the blood test. Some people, with the company that I work with, when you take the blood test, the good advantage of that is if everything is well with your health, you end up getting more insurance. So another thing too, you can get money back for having great health. And there are some cases where people don't need to check. They could do a rapid, so they look at the system and they don't see any medicine that you are taking, so you are able to avoid the test and stuff. But I always tell every person is you don't know, right? Because if they see anything pop up, and it's a good way for you too. If you take the test, you'll know. I have clients that didn't even know something was going on with them until they had the test, and then they're like, yeah, we find out this, we find out this, we find out that. You need to go to your provider, because not a lot of people just go for their checkup and then they are good. No. But things happen in between and we don't pick up. So it's a good thing taking that test. And one thing I want to add, as far as like the test, people ask me, can I just go to my doctor and do my own test?
I was gonna ask you that.
No. The providers that they have, the good thing about it, they come to your house, so you won't have to go to their places, take time or whatever. It's according to your schedule. Even if someone were to work different hours a day and stuff, they'll be able to provide a great schedule for you, so they can come and do that test for you. But as far as like the medical record part, so if you have your medical record, you have the right to always send it to the company, if they need it. But they have a company where they go through getting that medical record from you to get that out of your head.
Okay. What can you say to my viewer listening that watching right now? Haitian people, our culture, they believe that the more kids you have, it's like a bank. I'm having more kids, I'm protected, so I don't need life insurance. If something happened to me, those kids will take care of me, they will bury me. What can you say about that?
I think life insurance, when we look at it, we got to look at it as, I felt like if us as Haitian, we were able to have that culture of life insurance, it'll bring more wealth into our environment and culture more. Because think about it, like if my grandparents had life insurance and then my dad ended up having it, so it will pass from generation from generation.
Start out,
yes.
I read something like that, that you can start your family off as millionaires. So let's say you have a $1 million life insurance. Your son becomes a millionaire at that point.
Because once you die,
and then he does the same thing. Yeah. It's a millionaire. When you die, it becomes a burden because now
because the debt is passing from generation to generation. But why not passing the wealth from generation to generation? Because the thing is, what we understand is like we being selfish to ourselves and like, oh, we don't want this person to have it. I've had parents saying like, oh, I struggle. Why am I gonna not let my kids struggle as well? I think that's very selfish, right?
That is a selfish
imagine you leaving a child that's supposed to be going to school. Now he has to find a job to provide for the mother. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mom cannot do anything else, and every family situation is different. You're putting this person into this hole. But why not taking care of them, making sure like everything? Imagine like something you have, and because of you, there's this statue. It has your name in it because of you took care of business. And I had one situation. I met this lady that took life insurance. She's Haitian as well. And she said to me, I remember when my husband passed away, and because of the life insurance that he took, I'm able to take care of stuff. He was a taxi driver. We were able to buy that taxi, and I didn't have to drive it myself. I hired someone to drive it, so income was still coming in. And then she ended up buying a laundromat. So you see what's going on? Yeah. It's being creating. It's not in the sense where like, well, she used this to have her own money. No, it's like they're providing for the future generation that is coming in. So that's why it's important to see life insurance more as like a wealth building for the other families that you are having coming from generation to generation. One thing I just wanted to add to is making sure you have the right amount of life insurance.
That's right.
Because there are times that people are taking life insurance as far as like, oh, I'm taking $15,000 and then that's good for me. And okay, if we look at today's date, can we compare you up?
Can't even $50,000 can't even buy a burger.
So that's why they say seven times or 10 times your salary. That's what you should buy as far as life insurance. But I know it's always a first step. Like when I first got life insurance and we were young, newly married, we couldn't afford a good amount. We set it at 150, but as we growing and making more money, now we started adding more.
Okay,
You know what I
last
mean?
question. Last.
Yeah.
No,
I thought his
last
last question was last.
No.
Yeah. I thought the last question was
Last
his
question. So, it's a good thing you're saying that. With the recession, everything going up right now, even somebody that take a $1 million life insurance, $1 million won't get you that far. So people that already have that is settled for $1 million life insurance, what you suggest to get it higher or?
I mean, it's all
Because sometimes it's based on age too. Is it age make a big?
It's based on your age, your health, life insurance. So the thing is, we gotta remember is, all right, you just said about $1 million. Do you need it? But is your expenses are increasing? Because if things are increasing, that's why you need to increase your life insurance more.
Especially
Do
if you have
understand
more
what I'm
kids
saying?
that's going to
Yeah,
college. If you got like 3 kids,
kids and
you're gonna be
any
going to college.
anything
How
that's
you gonna increase your life insurance if you're already seen behind? You
already- yeah, you started
your
doing
life
stuff
already
like that,
behind, and now you going to die.
but
They're not gonna give you.
But no, I understand what she's saying though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if you drop dead right now, right? $1 million, right?
Would it cover
The
your
insurance
expenses?
gonna pay for the funeral, right? Now, if you have a house,
Is that going to be?
That's
paid
what I
off?
said.
Well, the
you-
kids going to college. it's
now
not
you
gonna
can
cover
pay
how
off.
many
You can
kids
pay off
have.
the house if you want, right?
Even you pay now, you have nothing left.
no, but
But what I'm saying is, at least you're not paying a mortgage anymore.
No, but this is why, like, it's important, you guys, to wrap this up for you guys, to sit down with a professional. So the professional is going to sit with you and look at the situation that you are in, right? So as myself, I sit with the client, see where they are at. I can give you the suggestion. At the end of the day, you making the decision, but I'm telling you the right thing to do. But like you're saying, like as far as like paying off, that's something to discuss with your spouse. Because you have $1 million life insurance doesn't mean you gotta pay the whole house off. You know what I mean? There
yeah,
has to
'cause
be
you're in-
other things to look at.
She's finishing. She's finishing. Let her finish.
No,
dude.
but
Who
then
told
again-
you not to have life insurance? No one. Oh, by the way, make sure you follow this.
No, but then
Now you stop it. I'm having a hard time telling our viewers. Make sure you guys to like, make a comment, and follow this show.
No, but with that being said, like I'm praying that the gentleman that that got shot in New York, I'm praying that his family had somebody kind of like you right now explaining life insurance. I'm hoping he was the type of family that got life insurance for him, because right now, like with him being gone, his son being gone, who's gonna take care of the family type of thing. So
And the funny thing about what you just said is just, you see how like people don't like to have life insurance conversation? Whenever someone's dead, everybody's like,
That's
did
what
they
I'm
have life
saying.
insurance?
But you know why?
that goes
Because
back-
All of them are saying
GoFundMe
the
page,
same
the
thing. Yes,
GoFundMe
because
page thing, I don't like that.
But
all
this
of
is
them-
this
Guys
is
said
what
I need to
you
talk
have
about
to-
this is
you
what
gotta
led
be
me to
ready.
my
If you-
question. This will to finish. This is my question.
No, we're not finishing with you.
Okay, no.
Eve, stop.
No, this is my question.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Call your insurance. The person you buy your life insurance from, call him
and
Monday
yes, and have a
and
conversation.
have that conversation with them.
All right.
So, what make you qualify for life insurance?
What make
My
you-
my last question.
What make you
His
qualify
third
for
last
life
question.
insurance? Like I said, once you go through all the underwritings, they call underwriting. So underwriting means like your medical record. There's the company even calling you themselves, and everything is all good. And that's when they say they accept you. So it's like when you're doing your college application,
That's
you
right.
can even try
They do a
different
background on
companies
you.
and stuff.
Okay.
And then when they accept you, that's when you can be quicker, right? You can
right.
say,
Yeah.
yes, I'll take it. But meanwhile, like I said, before we finish, I just want to let people know it's not all the time you get accepted. There are, yes, we accept you. There are also, yes, we accept you, but you pay more money. And then there's also we decline you as
Okay.
well too. All right.
Because you're high risk,
And
so
then
that
there are
would be
yep,
easy,
there
yeah.
are times
see my
where it
question?
says decline. Decline could be like, oh, let's say someone is overweight, but if you lose the weight, you can be able to, apply again. Too.
Get health.
That's
there
why
are
it's
times-
great. That's why it's great sometimes to have the life insurance with work, because being overweight and stuff like that. They don't test that.
But listen, at work it's not good
They
because
don't check that.
at work
They just give it to you.
at work it's not that good because really, if you leave your job, you cannot take that
You
much
can't take it with you.
Yes.
Exactly. So
All right, guys.
he better not leave.
Guys, I know this is a very tough topic. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Cynthia,
You're welcome.
for coming in and give us your expertise.
Yes.
It was a pleasure having you.
always.
We hope to bring you back, and we want to talk about the same subject
yeah.
again. Otherwise, these guys are going to continue fight about who has insurance and who doesn't.
And I hope they both see me.
Yeah,
yeah.
I hope they do. Please, thank you. Everybody, make sure you
Before
watch
that,
the show.
we need your information so that way the public knows if they need to purchase insurance, how they contact you, and
All
whatnot.
right. So if you need life insurance, you can call me. This is my cell phone number. So don't call me at any time of the night. But you can call me from 9 to 5. It's 617-838-3674. 617-838-3674. We'll sit with you. We'll go through everything. Even if you have life insurance before, if you have a hard time understanding what you have in your hands, we'll be glad to help you out.
Just for business, not private.
Thank you.
All right.